All right, let's move on to the exercise. CD into part 3. Open up the old editor. Okay. And in README, it says we're going to open up a source page article.elm and resolve the to-dos there. Okay. So here we have some tasks that are not commands. They're supposed to be commands because we're passing them to command.batch, but they haven't been converted to commands yet. So what we're going to do here is we're going to use task.attempt and task.perform to make this code compile. And we're going to choose which one to use based on whether or not we can use task.perform. So task.perform only works if it's going to be something that a task that can never fail. Otherwise, we have to use attempt and specify both the error case and the success case, how to turn both of those into a message. So you can see elsewhere in the file the types for message. You can see right here we have the documentation for attempt as well as perform. And between the two and this code right here and the compile errors, we should be able to figure out how to resolve these such that all of these become commands. Quick note on what these are doing. So article.fetch is essentially saying I want to load the HTTP data for this particular article. Comment.list is doing the same thing except for the comments on that article. Those are both loaded asynchronously and concurrently. Time.here is a task that returns the current time zone. We're going to use that because we want to display for the comments what are we want to display them in the user's local time zone. So this is a task that will just go and get that for us. And finally, we have loading.slowThreshold. So this is a task that essentially just waits for, I think it's 500 milliseconds, and then fires a message saying, hey, we have now passed the slow loading threshold. And what that does is, once we get past that threshold, if we still have not loaded either the comment or the article, we show a loading spinner for those. So essentially, if it loads within 500 milliseconds, we don't bother showing a spinner. If we pass that threshold, then it's like, okay, now it's time to show a spinner because this has taken a while, and we want the user to be aware that it's not errored out, it's just taken a while. So those are our 4 tasks, and we're going to convert them to commands using one of those 2.